Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, or even extraterrestrial life tuning in from another planet. Now, I know what you're thinking, and no, Cryptic has not gone through a second stage of PvE and his voice has changed all of a sudden. This is Cozy. You know, the editor you definitely know all about? Yeah, me. You see, Cryptic is on holiday. Yeah, I know, not the best time for it, but here we are. And this was meant to be the week of rest for all involved at the Cryptic channel after a chaotic week prior, preparing the videos to drop over the channel whilst Cryptic was away. But no, Treyarch has decided to drown us in some serious news that can't be ignored. So much so that the editor is now having to rely on his English GCSE C grade that he achieved in college 10 years ago to prepare an entire script. The record and talking you part, yeah, that's easy. After the next 10 or however many minutes, you will realise how much I like to talk, so... Anyway, into the stuff that you actually clicked onto this video for. So, first things first, there are 7 areas we'll be covering today. Level unlocks, so you know, your day 1 journey, or level 1 to 55. Prestige, calling card challenges, weapon camos, reticle challenges, mastery badges, and medal collections. So, day 1, we're all waiting for it. Is anyone off to New Zealand Thursday? Yeah, you know exactly what I mean by that. Level 1 through 55 is going to be pretty much similar to years prior. You'll work your way through and unlock guns, perks, field upgrades, wildcards, etc. You'll also be able to unlock double guns for zombies as you're going through the levels. All base guns are unlocked by default to the players, but the extra bougie ones can be earned as you level your way up to 55. Now, you've hit 55, life is great. You've put your KD to 2 by level 20 and SBMM has smashed it back down to minus 17 by the time you've got to 55. Now, you have the choice to Prestige, and for anybody that is new to the franchise of COD in the last 5 or so years, Prestiging is back to how it used to be, and not the newer system we've seen of recent, which, by the way, stick with us if you are new, because this system is so much better. When you Prestige, you'll be reset to level 1, so all your guns, perks, score streaks, etc. will be relocked. But just a quick sort of asterisk, any blueprints that you have earned or paid for, so, you know, if you see a bundle, for example, for the AS Val, you buy that for $20. If you then go and Prestige, you'll still have that variant of the AS Val. That's your way of keeping it. So now, if you're like me, initial thoughts are, well, that's stupid. But after thinking about it, I kind of get it from Activision's or even Microsoft at this point's side. Like, they are thinking, well, if we charge Jimmy $20 for a weapon blueprint, he may be quite pissed off if all of a sudden we say, by the way, you Prestige, so it's locked now. That $20 is still ours. You just can't use what you paid for. So, you know, I understand their thought process here. So yeah, if you buy anything, then that is your way of keeping the weapon as you go through your Prestige journey. Similar to operators and emotes, remains unlocked. Something else new to Prestige this year is that you will also have unlocks to earn as you make your way back up to 55. So recent years, the traditional Prestige system saw that once you Prestige, there wasn't really anything further to unlock that you hadn't already. So you would go back up to level 55, you'd re-unlock the weapons that you've just relocked, perks and lethals and stuff like that. But now, for each Prestige, we'll have specific Prestige extras to unlock every 10 levels. For example, Prestige 1, you'll get the Nacked Weaver skin, but then at level 10, you will get the Doris loading screen, which looks pretty cool. Level 20, the Perca-Cola Gobblebum Gum Pack. 30, an emblem of a zombie busting in through the walls. 40, insta-kill weapon charm, which, by the way, that looks sick. And 50 is the Teddy as a Liar C9 blueprint, which, as mentioned earlier, will now act as a sort of permanent unlock for the C9. Just to note, similar to previous traditional Prestige titles, every Prestige you'll get a perma unlock token to use on whatever you like, so it could be a score streak, a gun, even a frag grenade if that's what you want to use your thing on. So if you decide you're going to run all the way to Prestige Master and beyond, as there is like 1,000 levels following Prestige Master, you'll start to unlock legacy icons. And what I mean by start is, in the previous years, I think the last time we saw legacy icons was Cold War. But here, every 100 levels, you will then unlock a prestige category of legacy icons. So for example, once you reach level 100, you will then get access to the catalogue of all the Prestige 1 legacy icons we've seen in all the other CODs. So then, level 200, you'll unlock the Prestige 2 legacy icons. Level 300, the Prestige 3 legacy icons, and so on. Now, this is really cool. I know we saw it in Cold War before, but I kind of like the fact that you have to work your way up to level 1,000 to get access to, you know, the big boys. I think a couple of my favourites are like 10th Prestige on World at War, 9th on Modern Warfare 2, and the OG Prestige Master on BO2. So, like I say, all the cool ones are sort of as you work your way up to like the 7th, 8th, 9th. So I think it's quite cool that they've added that, yeah, you can use them. and we're not going to stop you from using them at an early levels of, 100, but if you want access to the cool ones, you're still going to have to play, and I like that. That's encouraging the player to stick around and play for more reasons than the scammy tactics that we've seen of late. Now, moving on to calling card challenges, that's sort of broken into 4 areas: campaign, multiplayer, zombies, and warzone. Each of these will then have 4 subsections, if you will, so career, battle hardened, prestige, and dark ops. Campaign will be the only one that only has 3, because obviously there isn't a prestige option in campaign. As you can see on the screen, there's some really cool calling cards here, which I think is awesome, because calling cards used to be so sick, and I just haven't really felt the love for them over the years. In fact, you know what, Modern Warfare 3 that we're playing at the moment, there's been a few cool ones that I like there, but it just not hit the same as how it used to. One little thing I do hope for them to do is, like, when you hover over a calling card, it doesn't tell you what you did to unlock it. So I can tell if it looks cool, but I can't understand what I had to do to get it. On all the previous CODs, or definitely when I was younger and Call of Duty was in that quote golden era, you could hover over it and it would say, for example, 1,000 kills with an AC-130 or what have you. So then you'd look at that and be like, damn, that's actually quite cool. Not many people are going to have done that, so I'm going to rock that because, it's sort of exclusive, rare, whatever. Then you've got the 100% calling cards, so what you get for doing 100% of the challenges within that category. You got it for multiplayer, zombies, and warzone. Now, Jesus Christ, there isn't even a little chance I will be going for that warzone 100%er. Like, can you imagine the type of shit that they're going to put in there? But again, those calling cards look sick, especially the zombies one. Like that does look really cool. One last thing to note on this though, dark ops challenges aren't something you need to do to get the 100%ers. Like they run separately to the grind, they're not exclusive to that, so you can just do all the challenges within it. Don't need to worry about the dark ops, which is obviously classified. It's probably leaked already, but you don't have to do that to then go and get the 100%er, which is quite cool, because those dark ops ones, they can be quite intense, which as they should be. Now on to the real juice, the grind of all grinds. I feel majority of players that care about mastery of anything, it will be camos. So for the base camos of each class, we know it will be 100 headshots for multiplayer, headshots also for zombies, but we don't know how many yet. I imagine it'll be similar to Cold War, and then just general eliminations for Warzone. Obviously headshots won't be the criteria for launchers and melees, like that's obviously not going to happen, but we don't know what's in place for that just yet. Anyway, once you've done your 100 headshots, you will then unlock the special challenges, which again, similar to years of recent. These special challenges will be specific to the weapon. So say the C9, for example, you need to do a double somersault off a bridge and get a triple headshot collat 100 times. Like, we laugh at what I've just said, but that is something MW 2019 would have absolutely done for the Damascus camo grind if Omni movement was in the game. But you get my point. Unique challenges to each weapon to do, and then go and unlock yourself gold. Now, get yourself gold on every gun in a certain category. So ARs, for example, you get diamond, and then go and get all diamond guns across the board, and you'll unlock yourself dark spine. Then you go and complete the dark spine challenges for all the weapons, and then you get yourself dark matter. Now, all these mastery camos look insanely good in my opinion. Fair play, Treyarch, smashed it once again. I'll imagine it'll be similar to previous years, where if a DLC weapon is released, you just go and get all the challenges done for that gun, and then boom, you've got dark matter for that one as well. Now, I hope it's going to work similar to previous years, where if there's like a base number you need to achieve in order to unlock dark spine. So say, for example, you need to unlock diamond for 31 different weapons in order to unlock it. So as and when new guns come along, you can replace, that new gun with one of the ones you didn't do. It isn't confirmed this is going to how it works. I'm hoping that's how it's going to be, because it's always nice knowing that you only have to get a certain number of them. So as and when easier ones come in or what have you, you can just swap out one of the crappy ones like a launcher for that. Something a little smaller here, but is still quite cool, is that different reticles and subsequently reticle challenges have returned. I quite like this because some do look cool, and well, if you don't care about them, then you don't need to worry about them. But just give me a skull I can have as a gold colour in my ACOG scope, so I can run around looking like a Black Ops 2 Christmas noob, and I'm happy, mate. Mastery badges, now this looks quite cool. So you can unlock mastery badges for weapons, equipment, score streaks, field upgrades. Man, I can only imagine the type of up shit they're going to put in for the field upgrades. Again, these badges are broken into 4 different sections, so your bronze, silver, gold, and then diamond. The challenges for these will be, for example, kills for weapons, or a trophy system intercepting X amount of projectiles. I think they mentioned that you always wanted to show off that you got 10,000 eliminations for a gun, and well, you can. So I assume 10k kills is going to be the benchmark for the diamond, or the gold, sorry, and then you go and get 10k kills on all your ARs, and then you unlock the badge and diamond for the ARs. But these aren't just pointless little things that only you can see deep into your stats. They're actually going to be able to be shown in things like the winner's circle, should you ever be good enough to get into them, you little Christmas noobs. But you can always showcase these in, funnily enough, what is called your showcase. By default, these will be the 3 guns that you have the most kills with, but you can go and change them to whatever ones you want to show off. It will also show in the kill cam, so if you kill someone with a gun and you have a badge for it, so for example, if you have the diamond SMGs and you pepper someone with a C9 so hard, they suspect you of cheating, so they check the kill cam, they're going to see that you're an absolute C9 god. And lastly, just a little thing, medals now return, so like the little things that you earn in games, so like double kill, chain killer, etc. Just little badges you'll see at the end of every game, and they will add up in your stats, so if you ever want to go and look at how many headshot medals you have had over your time in Black Ops 6, you can. I do wonder if this is how double XP will work, so if you remember back in Black Ops 2, double XP wasn't a case of 100 XP is now 200. It was a case of the double XP went against the accolades or the medals that you got throughout the game. Again, that's not confirmed. It's just, I wonder if that's how it's going to work. Now, did I say lastly, because I lied, I'm going to pretend it was for dramatic effect, but realistically, it's because I got so excited with the most recent news we just covered, I completely forgot to go over confirm weapons, perks, field upgrades, score streaks, and I didn't want to figure out how to restructure the script, so let's get into it. So, weapons. Oh, baby, the things you pew-pew with, you know, the ham in your ham sandwich, so let's just get straight into it and list them. For the ARs, you've got the XM4, the AK-47, the Ames 85, GPR 91, Model L, Goblin Mark II, and the ASVAL. Then for your SMGs, you've got the C9, KSV, Tanto .22, PP91-9, Jackal PDW, and the Compact 92, with your shotguns being the Marine SP, ASG89. Then your LMGs, you've got the PU21, XMG, GPMG7. Marksman rifles, you've got the SWAT 556, the Tsarkov 762, the AEK 97-3, and the DM10. Sniper rifles, LW3A1 Frostline, SVD, and the LR762, where your pistoleras being the 9mm PM, the Grekhova, GS45, and the Strider 22, and your launchers being Sigma 2B and HE1, with finally your melee being the knife and the baseball bat. So that's 33 weapons in total. Remember when I mentioned earlier around the camos that I hope it's like previous years, where to get the, in this case, Dark Spine camo is just to get diamond for X amount of weapons. So here, for example, if it is the sake where you just need to get diamond on 33 of the weapons, as new guns come out, you can replace the Sigma 2B launcher with, I don't know, whatever they add, a chainsaw or whatever. Again, not confirmed, it's just hoping, it's something I'm hoping to see. I know it's not as many weapons as we've had as in, you know, previous years maybe. At least it's maybe something less to worry about when it comes to the camo grind. Plus, look at all the other stuff that we're getting, which we haven't in ages, like all of these deep mastery camo challenges that we're getting, and the traditional prestige back, and, you know, they're making it worthwhile doing, and even as little as the little stuff that you get when Prestige 1, you get prestige specific rewards you're unlocking. It's not just a repetitive cycle. Like, I know they've had the game for 4 years, and yes, you can argue that the guns are the fundamentals, but in my opinion, we're getting so much more. It's not like they're just palming us off and half-assing the guns. They probably put a whole lot more time into other stuff. It swings and roundabouts, really, isn't it? The levels of which are where you unlock these guns can be seen on the screen here, obviously remembering that they relock as you prestige unless the credit card comes out and you get bundles for them, or similar to Prestige 1, you get a special variant of one. So the attachments, they went into a great depth of detail, but I shall not be reading that. So you know where the link to the blog is if you want to look into it yourself. But it is essentially self-explanatory what goes on here. Pick your stuff and go. You can have up to 5 attachments unless you have one of the wildcards to add more, which we'll get into shortly. But one cool thing to note is that it's essentially what the beta was. Most of the attachments only do positives, and there's not negatives that go hand in hand with the positives. I like this. I feel it's a step in the right direction in trying to uncomplicate the chaos that is weapon building these days. Like here, for example, you can pull up a mannequin in the menu and see what percentages of milliseconds are affected where and with what attachment. You can still do that, which is cool if you're into it, or even just to look at it at face value like I would, but I won't pretend like I know what I'm doing with this at all. Like, I've been playing COD since Call of Duty 4, and I honestly, I feel like you need a COD PhD to be able to do this. You need to be a full-time streamer or YouTuber, and remember, Cryptic and I aren't. You've just got no chance. I feel sorry for the casuals. I'm probably in between the die-hard and casuals. Yeah, I've got no chance. So the casuals I feel bad for. The fire range is back, which is a big dubs for the dummies. Also, remember, you can save your weapon builds too if you like, which is normally quite handy, especially for zombies. The amount of times in Cold War zombies that I'd have my build saved, so you don't need to go in with a certain gun. You can hope that you box it or something, and then you don't have to be stuck with the crappy attachments. You could just apply the blueprint straight away. That's quite cool. New perks, similar deal here, 3 categories as the beta was, and if you equip 3 of the same one, you get your bonus thing going on. So anyway, the perks, Enforcer, you got Dexterity, Gung-Ho, Scavenger, Assassin, Bruiser, Bankroll, Double Time. Recon, you've got Ghost, Ninja, Engineer, Forward Intel, Tracker, Cold-Blooded, Vigilance, and then Strategist, you've got Flak Jacket, Tac Mask, Dispatcher, Fast Hands, Gearhead, Guardian, and Quartermaster. Like I say, if you have your 3 perks all as the same as the one category, so for example, if you have all 3 Strategist ones, you'll get the bonus. So the bonus for the Enforcer, killing enemies grants a temporary buff to movement speed and health regeneration rate. So Recon, you get enemies can be seen through walls for a short time after spawn. A HUD edge indicator flashes when an enemy is outside of your view, and you don't leave any death skulls when killing enemies, which can be quite good. And then Strategist, so you earn a score bonus for objectives and destroying enemy equipment. See equipment through walls, deploy equipment, and field upgrades faster. So not much has changed here from the beta, to be honest, but it's good to know. Wildcards, we have Tactical Expert, which lets you spawn with 2 extra tacticals. Overkill gives you 2 primary weapons. Gunfighter, meaning you can have 3 extra attachment points for your primary weapon, like I mentioned earlier. Danger Close, don't worry MW2 PTSD boys like me, doesn't mean explosives are on steroids, just means you get an extra frag grenade and lob at someone. Prepper means you can get 2 of the field upgrades, and Perk Greed giving you an extra perk slot. All quite standard stuff, but good to have, like they are actually really effective. So, what do you have when it comes to your tacticals and lethals? So tacticals, you have the standard concussion, flashbang, and stim shot. You also have the spy cam, which by the way, massive W's in the chat for that, especially with theatre mode back. Looking forward to seeing what the community can cook up with that. You got the smoke, proximity alarm, decoy, and a shock charge. I don't feel I really need to go into detail with what they do, but again, link is in the description to the blog if you want to look into it. Lethals, you have both the frag and sticky grenades. You got the C4, brilliant. The thermo grenade, impact grenade, Molotov, blast trap. I actually had to look at what this was. Essentially, it's a claymore from what I can see, as it's described as something as you plant, and then when someone runs near it, it blows up. Then we finish up with a dual charge and the combat axe. Fairly standard there, and it's anything like the beta. Stim shot really is going to be ideal for what you need, unless you run an S&D, which then I can see why it's not really useful. Now, the good shit. Score streaks, and they better be overpowered. I'm just going to say it. That is what I want. If I get a chopper gunner, I want to be able to destroy the entire lobby with it. That's just how it is. I'm sorry if I upset the casuals that don't want to get pub stomped, but that's just how it is. You can leave, and SBMM is already here to save you. So why can't I destroy the lobby with a kill streak I've just gone and earned? Anyway, I'm sounding salty. I'm moving on. So we've got the Scout Pulse, the RCXD, the Archangel Launcher. Sounds rather intense, and well, it is. It's what looks like was the Valkyrie rockets from BO1, remote control rockets. Looks cool. Again, exciting for what we can come up with when messing around with these in theatre mode. You got the UAV and the counter UAV, the SAM turret, care package, napalm strike, the LDBR. This is essentially a mortar strike from what I've read. You got the Watchdog Helo, which not only peppers enemies from the sky, but also sounds like it pings the enemies from the sky. Pretty cool. The AGR Mark 1, this sounds like the Wilson from MW3, like a little Wally that you control with machine guns and rockets. I can't wait to see how OP that is again in hardcore, but I can't moan, I did just say I want OP score streaks. Hellstorm missiles are back, Interceptors, which sounds like a glorified EMP really. It's a team of fighter jets that go and destroy all the enemy's aerial shit. Strategic Bomber, a stealth bomber pretty much. As long as they make it actually powerful, this could be really fun to use. You got the Harp, I'm so gassed about this. For anyone that doesn't know what that is, it's an advanced UAV, orbital VSAT, whatever you want to call it. You got the chopper gunner, and then finally the Dreadnought. This sounds nuts. A heavily modified gunship equipped with multiple cannons, rocket pods, and a daisy cutter bomb. And hoorah, baby! Again, like I say, please make this overpowered. I know we are catering for the casuals with score streak, reload cooldowns, and spawn protections, but let's just not. How about that? Let's get back to pub stomp and good old-fashioned sweat banning. Like I said, SBMM is already there. So you've already got that part protecting the casuals. Let the sweats destroy each other with the streaks if we want. Alright guys, so this is just from the edit because I've realised I've forgotten to add in the field upgrade, so you're going to have to bear with me there, but we're going to add it in now quickly. So you've got the assault pack, which is, you know, just your extra ammo box. You've got the spring mine, which deploys an anti-infantry mine. I'm not sure entirely what that means, but here we are. We've got the trophy system, obviously everybody knows what that is. We've then got the scrambler. I assume everyone knows what that is, but it's essentially something you put down and it up your mini-map. Signal lure, it reveals your position to enemies, but you earn extra bonus for kills and for surviving, so that sounds quite cool. We haven't seen anything like that before, so, you know, if you're one of those slay out gun outs and you need extra points to get your score streaks quicker, that might be cool to run. So then you've got war cry, which by the sounds of it is just essentially makes all your friends or, you know, teammates that are near you, it makes their movement speed and health regeneration super fast for however long. You've then got the tactical insertion, again, everyone knows what that is. You've got the acoustic AMP, it's a personal audio modifier that makes enemy footsteps louder. Now, you've got morphine injector here, and this is just a fancy way of saying last stand. Yeah, it's back. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but it is, and your teammates can revive you, or if you get a kill, you self-revive, so... Neurogas, we saw that in the beta, it's just something you pop down and it puts gas everywhere and you see crazy shit and it makes you all dizzy. And then you got the sleeper agent. I think this was added in the beta, either weekend 2 or at the end of weekend 2, but you can appear to be as a friendly to them for a short duration, so sneaking behind enemy lines if you will. And yeah, I feel like it could be quite cool. Obviously, people are going to pick up on noticing the signs if someone's doing that or not pretty quickly, but yeah, it looks like it could be pretty good. So that's all the field upgrades. I apologise that I missed those in the first place. You know, I'm here, I'm re-editing, don't worry. Just a couple of other details that have come up since I've finished editing last night. Thought I'd carry on them now. The new UI has been launched. This looks pretty cool. The UI that Call of Duty HQ has seen of recent is just been awful, you know, some Hulu ass looking shit. And speaking of the HQ, it doesn't seem like it was locked down very well because people are actually getting into Black Ops 6 at the moment and just accessing all the menus, going into the firing range with all the camos, looking at all the calling cards, perks, anything. You can get into pretty much any menu. You don't need software. It's just Call of Duty HQ is that bad. I'm not going to put any on the screen here because A, I feel like it's just going to ruin the excitement for day one, but B, they're getting taken down pretty quickly, so I don't want to put the channel in jeopardy on that front. Just a little detail here, you can purchase the Call of Duty endowment pack from day one. Some of this stuff looks quite cool, so if you fancy on doing it, and you know, so for a good cause like it always has been, so yeah, that looks pretty cool. Alright, that's everything from post-edit, Cow's Cozy, sorry. Well, there you have it. Even more reasons to think this is going to be the best COD in a long time. I'm so excited. I genuinely can't wait to jump on with all the boys Friday night. Grab some beers, get a takeaway. I might even get a Papa John's. I don't even like their pizza, to be honest, but what can I say? Their marketing tactic has worked on me. I see Black Ops 6, I see pizza, you've got me. Anyway, I don't know if I'm ever going to speak to you directly again or not, but I'll see you in every video's comment section because I'm a bit of an egomaniac and want to desperately check to see if anyone has pointed out that the editing is good or not. Call it egomaniac, call it insecure, I don't care. I actually do. If I've missed anything, please forgive me. I'm not a born scripter like our beloved Cryptic. He'll be back for the next video, I promise. I think there's even one more to come out after this before the release, dedicated to you zombies fans. So yeah, please don't forget to hit the like button if you have enjoyed, hit subscribe and all that usual YouTuber jargon. But yeah, I'll see you in Black Ops 6. Peace and love, homies. Peace and love.